You're such a paparazzi. You'll be good.
One day you'll be famous.
You'll be good chasing
Famous people.
Chasing Prince William.
But you'll become famous when you go to
Yeah.
when you go to the Far East.
This is on.
You'll become world famous.
This is on. You are lying to me.
What's
David, I'm going to take photos of you.
with my camera?
Yes.
Okay, you take a photo of me. There's a cat down there. So you can take a photo of me. Take a photo of me.
David, please stop it. Please stop it. I'm completely boring. I want to. There are much more exciting stuff over there.
The fact is, every human being is interesting. See this cat?
David, please cut it
This
out.
cat is interesting. Watch. Here. Meow.
David.
You see, even the cat doesn't like the camera.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, look at this. St. Kilda, lovely place.
You like St. Kilda?
It's like a seaside resort, isn't it?
Please. What have you seen today?
I was in the city centre. I got my Mason card,
Oh!
but I haven't uploaded it yet.
Tell me, how good is it?
I don't know. I'll find out.
How much is it?
I don't even know the number. It was £52.
Sorry?
It was, sorry, £42.
What? Forget pounds. Fuck pounds.
For £40 dollars for the month, plus $2 for the little card.
So $40 a month, yes?
Yeah, but I haven't started the month yet because I'm still on the other thing.
Okay. So 40 a month, and you can serve plus make many free
Well,
calls.
it's so many cents a call.
Well, it seems a good deal. But also, you are saying the SIM card itself costs money?
$2. They charge me for the SIM.
$2.
Yeah. This is good. I'm going to look at this in the camera. It's a big mouth. Yeah.
Oh, well, for some people.
Well, depends. I mean, look at that wonderful beach. I don't like swimming.
No, why not?
I just don't like it. And I don't like sitting in hot sun.
Of course not.
Do you?
No, I hate it.
So I'm not, it's funny because I couldn't sit in the beach all day. I'd get bored out of my tree.
Of course.
I'd rather drive around the coast in a car.
Yes. I like to walk along the beach, but
Oh, I like to walk along the beach, yeah.
5 in the morning or late.
Yeah.
Not during the day.
But I mean, Lillian likes to sit by the beach. Claire's the same.
She's a beach bum.
Yeah, all women are beach bums.
Beach bums, yes.
I'd rather do something.
Claire is the same?
Yeah, she likes beaches. She likes to swim.
I haven't seen Claire for so many years now.
Well, I went on holiday with her a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, to Crete.
That's nice.
That was years ago.
So you went out every night?
Not always. Just ate a lot of fucking fish,
Of course.
which I don't like now.
Must have nice fishing trip.
Well, it was.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
Wow. I'm leaving just after you.
So where are you going?
Oh, I'm going to Mauritius and back to France.
Oh, Mauritius.
Yeah.
I have friends in Mauritius. So
Alright.
you speak French,
Yeah,
Hindi,
not English.
the local Mauritius language?
Creole.
Creole.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
speak that?
Creole.
I have a friend Kevin or Pravin. He lives there.
Alright.
He used to work for me in London. And I have all my friends want to live there. Where am I going to sit?
It just boss people around.
You sit here.
I'm going to sit here because I got the camera. Now this is Kadra. I'm just filming this in case Isaac gets kidnapped on his journey, travels. I'm filming it so I can sell this to the press when the Iranians want ransom.
Cool.
When they kidnap.
Yeah, the Cambodian Iranians. They're really
Yeah, well,
bad.
they're going to be everywhere. You
Yeah,
know, like
probably.
after this killing, the American soldier. You know.
I couldn't find my Bible book, but this is the second best. Anthropology. You might like it. Marco Polo. How are you?
Well, I'm well. I'm well.
You're always well.
Just guiding my little friend here safely onto her aeroplane tomorrow. That's my mission. It's my
You
focus.
don't guide me anywhere.
You don't need guiding. You're a wanderer.
I wonder
That's
exactly.
right.
Where are you from? Of Australia, obviously.
Footscray.
What?
You wait
great.
for friends for...
Oh, Footscray.
I put menu everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
just a suburb where they have another one of those restaurants. Footscray.
Yes,
Isaac's scared to go there. He won't take you there. He's scared. He's afraid to go to Footscray.
yes.
Really? Oh, I'm gonna have
He's
to
very
go there.
snobbish. He's very snobbish. There's a lot of snobbism in this man.
Cambodia is much
You know,
safer.
I've known
than-
him a long time. What?
Cambodia is much safer than Footscray.
Hey, Isaac, pull your pants up if you're going to do that. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Isaac gets kidnapped by fundamentalists, and I have to sell it to the
David,
press.
you make me nervous. Focus on Marco. He's the only star man.
Anyway, what's your name again?
Fima.
Fima.
Ronald.
Ronald, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Ignore me, I'm just one of Isaac's friends. Hey, are you nervous about being photographed?
No, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Relax. Take it easy.
So how long have you known Isaac?
15 years, maybe?
15 years.
Possibly? Yeah, I would say 15 years. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was face down in a urinal, covered in his own vomit, having had a big drinking session, and I dragged him by the ankles. Bang! He hit his face because he came over the edge of the step of the urinal,
Yeah.
and that's why his face looks like that now. Yeah.
Where did this take place?
Carlton, Victoria, in a public toilet.
Where was it? Which one?
Which one?
Yeah.
In the Carlton Gardens on Rathdown Street.
Oh yeah.
Do you know the one?
Yeah, I've walked by there, yeah.
Fantastic. Although now they've improved them,
Yeah.
that they're one cubicle only, whereas it used to be a shared affair,
Ah, okay.
like a urinal trough. But now they're one person only, so you would never meet anyone there now.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you could.
That's how you met Isaac.
You pay $8. After 10 hours, you pay $10. You're forced to pay $10, you know, because of extra.
I told the camera how we met.
You make me nervous, just not me.
I told the
irrelevant.
camera how we met.
Isaac,
Delete it. Wipe it out.
it's all gonna. It's not going on the internet.
Did you pay for the parking? I told you not to pay for the parking.
Ah.
You always waste money.
It's finished, don't worry.
I did my best to.
No,
save
we
my-
wanted to park a long way away and
Yeah.
walk, have a long walk, and then have a long walk back to the car because the sun controls last night.
Okay.
Yeah. And also
Isaac,
the traffic was
I'm turning
stopped
this
on
off.
Ah, okay. So
It's fucking not forget the airplane.
How do we get served here?
How do we get what?
Served.
Served?
Are they going to come after me?
We come at but go to the side. First of all, people in that kind of thing. There are two options. One option is to like a $30 set menu.
Yeah.
That's one option. Or just to order. What do you think? You can ask them what they prefer.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to ask them?
You can ask them what they prefer. Like a $30 set menu. Or
Are we going to do the $30?
Hey Isaac, we need to order beer. We need. No one's got anything to drink. It's a hot day. This is mad.
Okay.
Someone could die. Someone could die, pal.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Think if I haven't had a beer in 3 weeks.
So you need to get them to come over. You need to get someone. This guy here.
no, but the question is this: should we? What is said?
I'm going to film you on camera now. I'm
What's
doing
going on?
this.
Are we doing like
It's
documentary?
a
The going away of
goodbye
Isaac?
thing for Isaac.
Ah, okay,
This
that's
is
good. Hello.
If he gets kidnapped,
If it gets kidnapped.
then I've got this on film. I can have this event on film. You know, if he gets kidnapped.
If he gets kidnapped, but don't they normally
By
film the video
terrorists.
after you're kidnapped?
Well, no,
Is
they're
that
going to
the ransom
see his
demand?
last day in Australia, and we have it here.
Okay.
Now, your name is again
Stuart.
Stuart,
Stuart Pereira.
and you're from Melbourne.
I'm born in Melbourne.
Okay, and where do you live in Melbourne?
I live in Keysborough,
Where's that?
near Dandenong.
Oh, Dandelion, near the mountain.
Dandenong, yeah.
Yeah, I call it Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Is your mountain?
No, that's like the mountains, and then that's east. But if you go southeast, you get Dandenong, the city, which is like a kind of
Okay.
industrial area.
See, I'm new.
You're still figuring
I'm
out.
a tourist.
Okay, that's
I'm
why you
trying
got
to
your
figure the
camera,
country. Yeah, well, exactly.
documenting everything.
I'm
You're doing
documenting.
found footage. In case anything happens to anybody, then because I've got record of us existing.
Well, that's it. You know,
What do you drink, David?
friends are important. How long have you known Isaac?
I've known Isaac, must be at least 5 years, maybe even longer, maybe even 7 years.
Okay, how did you meet him?
I met him because I was selling some furniture, and he was in need of some furniture, and he saw my ad in Gumtree, and he came along and purchased the whole garage worth, as far as I remember. I gave him a hand moving it all. There was mattresses, there was
yeah.
the chairs. He was just furnishing his place. So I just met him through that. We started talking about stuff, and he was saying he was interested in share markets. And I was doing a job at the time that involved reading the Financial Review every day. You have to get up at 4 in the morning and read about what's happening in the share market. So I was sort of like following the share market.
And he likes that stuff too.
And he's into that stuff because mathematician and
Yeah.
numbers.
Sometimes I secretly think he's a CIA agent. We don't know, but you
I'd be
know,
surprised if he worked for Mossad.
you could actually make a movie based it on Isaac, and you know, like, why is he going off on this mysterious journey to Asia? What big operation is in hand?
He's very close-mouthed. He can't tell you, otherwise he'd have to kill us all.
So, you know, there's a lot of mystery, and that intrigues me. I'd like to go to Cambodia and Vietnam with him and film
You should. He
that.
needs you there with him, documenting the trip.
But it's a secret, so they won't let me go.
All right. Who's they, Lillian?
No, I haven't asked Lillian's permission. Lillian invited me last October, but I was in the middle of buying a flat.
All right.
So I got delayed and I came in February. And I was originally supposed to come for 6 months, but they gave me a year's visa. So she should come for a year, but I'm not necessarily going to stay a year. I can change my flight.
Do what you got to do. So
When
you
she
bought a
gets
flat in
tired and say, you go back, I'll go back, you know.
Melbourne? Did you buy a flat in Melbourne? Or?
I bought the flight in
Oh, flight,
Manchester.
sorry. Oh, I thought you said you buying a flat. Okay.
Oh, no, the flat's in Manchester,
Oh, you bought a flat in Manchester.
which is a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Manchester's
Would have been a good time to
the
buy.
greatest city in England, but people don't realise this.
No, it doesn't get as much of a rap as the other cities, does it?
Yeah, it's famous for its music scene and its
Universities there, isn't it?
universities. They got the 3 campuses: the Salford, Manchester Uni, UMIST. A big student population. It was the Industrial Revolution. The first computer adding machine was done in Manchester. It's got a significant tie-in with a lot of famous events. One of our greatest prime ministers, although he was Welsh, David Lloyd George, was born in Manchester.
Okay. Manchester Kiss. Famous Manchester Kiss.
For the radio. No, I don't know that one.
Someone's probably got.
I'm a supporter of Manchester City Football Club, which is sadly owned by a bunch of Arabs at the moment. But they have lots of money. Manchester United's the Catholic.
Harrods is owned by Arabs too, isn't it?
He sold it.
Oh, he sold it.
He sold it to some other people. But these guys are Sheikh Mansour.
Oh, I've heard of him. Isn't he Afghan or something?
No, he's from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, I have Tamil friends who work for him.
Yes.
And they get into like all the matches for you, and they didn't get me the FA Cup final last
So they're
year.
into the soccer.
Yeah, well, I like soccer as a sort of really
Soccer is halal.
halal goodbye.
Halal goodbye.
Soccer is they're losing a lot of money. All these people, they always think they're going to get the big payoff.
So you know, that's good.
Hi, my name's David. I'm filming. Do you mind being filmed?
It hurt? Does it hurt?
Does it hurt you? Doesn't hurt me.
It'll hurt when you're sued later on for saying something. There's evidence about that. Yeah.
Okay. This is Ilya, this is Stuart.
G'day.
Are we going to see it on YouTube? We're going to put it on YouTube?
Private YouTube channel, yeah.
See, no objections.
Password protected.
Are you at home? Do you know Oren?
Yeah, I know Ronald. I probably should sit somewhere else today. I don't know.
They are cousins.
Oh, right.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, that's what it is. But that's your cousins. But he's your uncle, really.
No, he's not my uncle.
He's your cousin.
I am his mother's cousin.
Yeah, so first cousin once removed. The removal is very important.
No. First uncle once.
No, he's not.
It's called first cousin once.
Ah, it's Wolf.
This is.
He's got the tracksuit on.
Is that the film star?
And a big chain. See the chain?
Yeah.
I knew obviously you were thinking.
I met him before.
It's Isaac know anyone. Oh, there's one over there.
אמרת לו? אמרת לו?
תן לי קודם את שלי. לא, תן לי את שלי.
We'll reach all the market.
I know, what's going on? Where's Ronnie? Still in bed.
Hi, Wolf.
I just put the...
Hey?
One is angry with me.
Oh, really? Why? Because you live in the country. He's got to buy his own cigarettes now.
No, because he smashed my car. Because he smashed the car, I told you, he smashed the car. He came to
The
help.
four-wheel drive.
Okay. I'll be in a second. תן לי את החניה. שמע לך.
צריך תעשה ואחרי זה... בסדר.
Hey,
Got the best ever.
what's your name?
And fresh apple juice.
Mark, always.
Hello. I'm Clotilde.
Shoshel.
No. I'm Clotilde.
Aprecil.
Clotilde. Clotilde.
Nice to meet you.
Fima.
I'm recording it for, if you don't mind. David.
David the recorder.
Yeah.
Stewart, nice to meet you, Stewart. Seeing that? All right.
But that's the thing about it's Bernard Lewis has said it's the third great surge of Islam. The second ended in 1383. It ended on September 11th, 1383.
September 11th, 1383.
Yeah.
Right. So that's
The siege of Vienna, when that fell to the Christians, back to the Christians.
right.
And so
God bless you.
how are you?
Yeah.
You met me at the store.
You meet again.
But you saw the movie Carter from Mars?
Carter from Mars.
No, I haven't.
Go and see it.
Carter from Mars. Yeah, okay.
Understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Marco and Mr. V.
I'm doing a very poor job of filming this.
That's all right.
It's meant to be kind of-
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what it is.
So Isaac, it's you're getting more people now. It's
Yes, few more will come.
Big table where going.
Yeah, we get more people.
But yeah, can you read those Sufi stories? Very interesting.
really, yeah. No, I haven't, to be honest.
Yeah, they're good. They're worth reading. They're almost like folk tales or something like that. And it's a whole different mindset. I think they've got a better idea of Islam than the clerics seem to have. Then what is the Orthodox kind of Islamic people? They've got this very right-wing kind of way of thinking. It's very autocratic, and it's not very much about God. It's more about keeping people under the thumb.
It goes back to Muhammad. In the early days, he was about religion. In the later days, it became more about politics. When he moved the capital, I can't remember. I haven't studied this for 30 years. When he moved the capital from Mecca to Medina or whatever, that's when the whole emphasis.
No. This is a mathematical problem. I need you to work out the most efficient way of organising these queues.
Interesting.
Because
They're all people in the book and all that kind of thing. You know, they're all in the same place.
I think it's tetrahedron.
The concept of the one God religion.
Yeah.
I want to put them up like this. No,
so much of a problem. I still don't understand it.
We want to go.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Let's find what the set menu is.
So you can order from a set menu.
Isaac, what is the set menu?
Set menu is anything from here.
Yeah, but how many items do you get? Do you get
One of main course.
do you get one of those, and one dessert? Or
Hang on a sec, there are two set.
you get 3 items.
Wait. There are two set menus.
There are two set menus.
One is the $30, one's the $35. The $35 includes dessert. Will it be confusing if some go for the $35 and some go for the $30? Probably will be. I would say.
Lucky you are here.
Yeah, this is right.
Which one you prefer?
I think you should make it simple and go for the 30.
I think go for the 30, because most people probably won't want this. Those that ignore the set.
The only people who have dessert are probably effete, girly men, right? We don't want to have dinner with anyone.
I don't want to encourage them in their girliness.
Anyone who wants dessert is probably an effete, girly man. We don't want to eat people. We don't want hell. Yeah, that's right. We don't want people here to eat dessert. No dessert eaters. Cake eaters? No cake eaters. No cake eaters. No!
That's on YouTube now.
Okay, let's just go.
I thought I'd just give it a bit of a wash.
Hey, I've come armed.
That's saliva.
Yeah, I know.
Saliva.
But look,
Can make all the difference to the quality of the food.
I've come armed.
Hey, look at you. Prepared for anything.
See? That saliva, I will sell that now as DNA evidence or something like that.
Evidence for what? Well, I better commit a crime to make it worth your while.
You don't need to. Now I can just give that to somebody and
But if we work together, I commit the crime and I'm in on it from the start. You sell the saliva.
this sounds like Strangers on a Train. You know that film? Are you a math?
You're a genius. You're a genius.
Are you one of these
genius.
maths people?
You know what?
Are you one of these maths people? Not like him.
No.
You were talking about set theory though.
Because I heard about it once. I heard about it once in a toilet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Must have been a very sophisticated, intellectual toilet.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I think you should wander around with your camera.
I'm about to
Just
actually.
do a bit of a tour.
Get it the hell away from me.
Oh, you don't want to be the focus.
Not really.
I'm going to interview you. So, how many years have you known Isaac? I might have asked
I think
you.
about 15.
15. And where did you meet?
I can't remember.
Of course. That's the way it is.
Did you met in Melbourne?
Oh yes, in Melbourne.
Okay, because Isaac's lived here a long time ago, since the 80s. Because I used to live with Isaac in London.
Okay.
back in the early 80s, a long time ago, and Golders Green, so a long time ago. So, so you've stayed friends at 15 years?
Yes, we don't see her every day.
Good, and what do you do together, you and Isaac? Just meet once in a while, or
Meet once in a while.
play tennis?
No, we don't play anything.
Does he do your math stuff for you?
No, he doesn't do maths for me.
You're not a maths person, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Trying to figure out who can count here.
I can count.
So do you think he's going to have a good time when he goes off to...
I'm sure he'll have a good time.
I hope he does. He's going to see his mother too.
Well, before he have a good time before he gets to Israel.
So now I'm going to interview our friend here. So where did you first meet Isaac?
Where did I first meet Isaac?
Yeah.
So what's like we order everything? I think he put together a seminar or something like that, invited somebody over, but through friends, you know, through friends, yeah, basically.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you've been friends a long time, or just a few years, or?
Well, depends what you mean by a long time. I've probably known him for about 10 years.
Oh, 10 years, okay.
Yeah.
You're from Melbourne?
Well, yes and no. I was from Melbourne, then I wasn't from Melbourne, now I am from Melbourne again.
Okay. So you've lived a lot of places?
I have, yes.
Where have you lived?
Where have I lived? Okay, let's see.
The colour, we don't play any.
Melbourne, various parts of the United States, France, England.
Okay, where in England?
I can't remember. I was there for about a year. I stayed with friends. I can't even remember them.
And where in the United States?
Various places. Washington, D.C. area.
Okay.
Philadelphia, Florida.
Okay, yeah, I know West Coast of Florida.
And I was in California. I don't think I've ever lived in California.
Oh, I did. Yeah, it's nice there. It's like the same weather as here.
Well, but California's a big state. The north of California and southern
Well, I lived
California.
in Southern California.
Yeah, well,
LA.
You know, I kind
the
of
north
prefer-
is a bit cooler. Isn't
Sometimes in Southern California or not?
it does, but not too often.
Not so often.
But I was only there 6
They
months.
say it never rains in Southern California.
Well, when it does, the roads are so slick, people don't know how to ride in it, and they go it's totally crazy, totally nuts.
It rains only in Chinatown. In San Francisco, that's all.
I've seen the movie,
You get rain.
but that's in LA.
That movie too.
But I've never been to San Francisco.
No.
So how long have you known Isaac?
Where?
How long have you known Isaac?
On the planet Earth,
Yeah,
about 72.
72.
Yeah, on the planet Earth.
Yeah. Okay. What about before that?
Before that, I wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
I was in a land called I Don't Know.
Okay.
Nobody else knows.
Okay.
That's what it is all about.
And Melbourne, what do you think of wonderful Melbourne? Because I'm new to this place and I've
I
just...
think Melbourne is a wonderful city. It's got a great weather, got a great building, got nice history, even short, got
Yeah.
a lovely history. Photocopy of a lot of English background,
Oh, yeah.
which is quite nice. Melbourne is a great city as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, I've been here 4 weeks and I'm getting...
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Canadian. Canadian. What about
Well, I live in England.
what part of Canada?
I'm from Toronto.
Toronto. I lived in Toronto.
Really? Which
I
part?
did. I wouldn't remember which part, in every part. But I lived everywhere in Canada. I lived in British Columbia, I lived in Montreal, I
Yeah.
lived in Vancouver, I lived in Saskatchewan, I lived in Manitoba.
Yeah, you've been a lot more places than
Oh
me.
yeah, Canada all over.
I mean, I lived there over 20 years and I've been to Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and that's it. Not many other places.
I've been in Saskatchewan,
Yeah, it's cold there, isn't it?
Manitoba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Canada's
And I love the Canadian. They are nice people.
I haven't figured them out yet.
No,
I could never figure them out. Maybe that's why I
Take
left.
your time. Take your time.
I'll go back there one day.
Yeah, take your time.
I left there when I was 24
Yes.
to go off to England because I got bored.
Wake up.
And I thought I was doing it with him.
So why are you drinking so fast?
I was bored.
He's looking for some film stars.
Somewhat?
Film stars.
Film star.
Yes.
Potential.
Who make the film star?
He's
Film
a
star.
Hollywood guy. This guy from Hollywood.
I'm a non-Hollywood. I'm off Hollywood.
He's off Hollywood. He's from Toronto.
This guy was working. No. It's
And I worked in the British film industry and the Canadian film industry years ago. I'm an IMDb, but that's about it. That's the only place you'll find me on the internet.
What about England?
I worked at EMI and Rank.
Great.
Yeah, I
And
did.
you're still in.
No, I got out of it. Now I discovered my camera. I forget the film industry. I can make my documentary films now.
Have you got camera phobia? You don't have any camera
Camera phobia? No.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you don't have camera phobia.
I got no phobia about anything.
This guy can perform on camera,
Yes.
naked or dressed as you
if it's
like.
He's
necessary-
been everywhere. You
If it's
know.
necessary, I'm there.
Really? You're not embarrassed? Not
Embarrassed?
Yes.
What, being embarrassed of what?
It's a human body.
Human body should not be embarrassed by anybody because everybody else is the same.
Isaac doesn't like to be on camera.
Why?
I'm
don't
shy.
know.
I'm shy.
Well, you're shy as something else. So you gotta try being on camera constantly to take away your shyness.
Really?
And you become more confident.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Get him on the camera now.
No.
Never stop.
is not here. I say you are shy.
He doesn't like to be in front of the lens. So
in blood and splotches
David,
and things like
We gotta inspire you.
There are two natural stars here. Giuseppe and Mr. V. Two natural stars.
Mr. V.
Mr. V or Mr. W?
Mr. V, I see, could be a potential film star. Yeah.
And Giuseppe?
But you could too.
Can I ask one?
How long have you known Isaac?
More than 9 years.
9 years.
Yes.
And what would you say is an outstanding quality of Isaac's that?
Don't forget it.
Mr. Giuseppe.
Well, how did you meet Isaac?
No, not 9 years. Not 9 years.
I'm here. 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
No.
No, she's here 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long have you known Isaac?
How long do you know Isaac?
Oh. About
2
2
years.
years. Yeah.
3 years.
2
2
years.
years.
And how did you meet him?
Through me.
With
Oh, through.
Through me, yes.
Okay. Cool.
David, I'm warning you.
Don't start. Let him be free. Let him say whatever you want. Let him ask what he wants.
Isaac, it's just a record. Usually, I'll put it in religious terms. Usually, God sits in on these conversations. He couldn't make it, so he sent me, okay?
The photocopy
To be the all-seeing eye.
mutation. The photocopy there is random mutation. It's a random mutation.
David, the stars are here.
You are God. Of course you are God.
Well, I'm the camera. The camera's God.
Of course you are God.
You know, I forgot your name. It takes me twice.
Oh, that's pity.
Yeah.
That's real pity.
I'll tell you.
You shouldn't forget my name.
Yeah. Well, what's your name again?
Joseph.
Joseph. David. My
I
name's
know
David.
David, my older brother David. I will never forget your name.
Joseph. I have an uncle Joseph, but he's dead.
Yeah. Usually everyone got an Uncle Joseph or in the backyard or in the front yard or downstairs or upstairs. Joseph's all over the place.
Yeah, well, my father had a lot
If
of
I
brothers.
was in Italian, they'll call me Giuseppe. Eh?
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe,
In
yeah.
Arabic, you call me Yusuf.
Yusuf, yeah.
Yusuf mean,
Yeah.
you know what that mean? Joseph?
Yusuf, Joseph,
No,
say.
that mean addition.
Addition.
Yes.
Ah,
If I want to say something in Hebrew to add up,
yeah.
I say usif lacha.
Okay.
Adding up.
So-
And that's when Joseph was born to Jacob. They never meant to have that baby, so the father said, Jacob to the mother, said to the mother, let's add up to the family.
Oh, okay.
So
you're like a plus sign.
In Hebrew, the word Yosef, it's mean addition. Got it?
Okay. Well, now I know.
That's quite right.
Well, whatever you missed, you'll see on the replay.
But what does David mean?
I try to think.
Genius? All-seeing eye? Great poet? Big mouth?
What does David mean?
Noef. That's something else. They're asking about the meaning of the name, not the behavior of the person, the meaning of the name, because every name has got a meaning. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what that means.
Okay. No, I thought you'd know that too.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Giuseppe, maybe it had and it's lost at the time.
It had a meaning. It's definitely got a meaning. Every name have got a meaning. Even your name, the smiley girl. Even your name got a meaning.
Yeah, of course.
That one's a really long one.
She has many
Must
meanings.
be a long or short. Doesn't mean
what's the
anything.
meaning?
Meaning. I sit down and record your name. What language is that?
Anne Clotilde.
That's Clotilde.
Anne Clotilde.
Anne Clotilde.
French.
Anne Clotilde. Français. Ah, la pretty name. Very pretty. Alors.
But pretty long name.
Parlez français? Bravo, bravo.
It's not that close.
Vous aussi?
Un peu. Un peu, monsieur. Oui. I love languages. And I mimic any accent, but I don't know many languages. I know about 4 or 5, but I mimic languages. Like if he was an Irish, he would have it. Or Scottish, he would have it. He would have it. See,
What about
I
you?
speak to them like a Londoner, because he told me he live in London. Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm Canadian.
Yeah, I know you're Canadian.
So
Canadian.
make fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I love the Canadian. I love the Canada. I told you.
They're nice people. They're
beautiful people.
On the surface, yeah.
The only thing bothers me about Canada is the cold weather.
That's why I left.
I ran away.
That's why I left. That's why I went to England.
November, December, I was dead.
Yeah.
I ran away from Toronto to Florida.
Which part of Florida? Which part of Florida?
I lived in Hallandale and I worked in Lauderdale.
Okay. I know Tarpon Springs, St. Petersburg, and Springfield. Tampa, yeah, I know that.
Florida, yeah.
Because my mother's eldest sister lived up that coast. I used to visit there a lot. It's beautiful. Ah, it's Lillian. She made it. Uh-oh.
Merci, monsieur.
Hey, wait a minute, Lillian. You didn't send me a text, did you?
This is Mr. Joseph.
It's been a long time.
Very long time.
Many years.
I recognize you now. I wouldn't recognize you.
You wouldn't recognize me.
No, but now I did. But I don't think you recognize
Now I recognize you too.
No, I don't think so. My hair was black. But now it's gray.
That happens to all of us.
Very nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And this is the dog. What's the dog's name? Lily.
It's a little dog. Mini dog. Like Mini Lee, the big one's out the back.
How do you guys know?
But you're small, Lily.
Oh, maybe, right.
You're a small Lily.
But
He's mini small.
I used to sit out playing guitar on the steps in my warehouse and leaving one class with his dogs.
It's good. Someone's going to keep a handbrake in there.
Calvert first.
And we start traveling. 10 days on a ship, 20 days here, going on to China, going to Hong Kong and all this. And the last trip in Haifa, he's going on the ship, and the captain announced to all the passengers to go back with 2 steps, and he went 2 steps and he fell in the water between the ship and the gate.
Not a good way to go.
No, a good way to go. They saved him. They got him out of the water, but it took 45 minutes. Until they got him into the ambulance, into the hospital. He passed away. He reads about a newspaper.
Hello? What is your name? Avner. Avner.
Avner.
Where is it?
This is speak some Hebrew. מכיר אותו? בטח שמכיר אותו. סקסוקה. הוא אבא סקסוקה, מכיר אותו.
זה אבנר, הג'יימס בונד הישראלי.
בדיוק. ונדי.
ונדי.
And I'm sure you know Yossi. No, we don't. No, nobody knows Yossi. Joseph. Now, this is starts from Hollywood. David.
Hi,
and Avner.
Hi, how are you?
Very good.
And this is Fima and Avner. Fima speaks.
Fima.
But he speaks Hebrew. He just pretend to be Russian.
Well, I've got them all in my office all the time.
Exactly. And Clotilde. And Avner.
Hi. Hi, Mark.
There's documenting going.
That's okay, I've been around the table.
Oh, very good. They keep adding more subjects.
You're going to need a law firm behind you, and I said, well, I'd like to be pleased. I don't want to learn to have a law firm when
Yeah, right. So he was confident. Got to share it.
This is a selling French for the Chazara.
Logical conclusion. It's an entree, Italian entree. It's antipasto.
I'm
passing the time.
Yeah, good girl. Yeah, she interested in the camera.
Pastarella.
She interested in the camera.
Yeah, of course you will.
Oh.
Look, he's acting for the camera. This dog really
Exactly.
is a camera freak, huh?
I like people who act for the camera. There's no such thing as being natural.
I like people that they like, people that they
act for the camera. Yeah.
She opened the mouth.
I believe this is a word.
Yeah.
It's not a question of where. I can do it anywhere. I can do it anywhere. It's a question of when my mind is clear and when I'm depressed about doing other things I didn't
I think under the circumstances, given that I'm doing this for free, you should be paying another barrister to help me. That's what made me do it.
Right.
I thought, well, that's not really fair.
Yeah.
He should have been upfront about
His parties at my place. Yeah. This is David and David.
David. Good name.
He's a Hollywood guy here.
I'm documenting this event.
And it's quite interesting actually. It's quite interesting, David. You look at it, why I'm saying it.
But David's a good name. It's not a bad little camera. It's not perfect, but it's not a bad little camera.
Hello, David.
This is Stu.
Nice to meet you. Wow, we'll need a bigger table.
Very sorry.
She's lived there for 15 years. But her apartment's too small, so we can't work there. So when she goes back, she's going to find us an apartment, and then I'll go across in a couple of months.
Okay.
Move in.
David Lynch has a studio in Paris. He does art there.
He's just opened up a nightclub. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, and then after Mulholland Drive, he designed the furniture. Club Silencio in Montparnasse or somewhere like that.
It's just around the corner from where Uncle lives.
Oh, okay. I have to go there next time.
Yeah, I haven't been, but I intend to go there. No, I was reading about it. It opened
last September, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was there. I was there in the opening, and I read about it in the newspaper. I'll go there. So it's, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Well, he does most of the art now. And he's been doing a lot of stuff. Recent books out, more books in his art the last couple of years. He did a lot of stuff in France, where he spends a lot of time. He seems to like Paris. A lot of Americans like Paris. That goes back to Hemingway. And you've seen that film Midnight in Paris, which is fun.
Have you read his book, Movable Feast, which is about his
I started it, and I was going to read it over Christmas, and I ended up watching Cleopatra, the 4-hour version. So I'm going to read that when I get back to England.
Does one preclude the other?
It was me planning my Christmas on my own.
We're trying to work out if watching Cleopatra precludes reading Ernest Hemingway. David's trying to tell me that you can only do one but not the other.
What again? What's the one or the other? What
I was supposed to read A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway, and instead I watched Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor on the internet.
In my view, you could probably do both. But I don't know much about
that. But A Movable Feast, I started it, and it's very, very interesting. Hemingway's an interesting guy, I like him.
All right.
And but Midnight in Paris is a wonderful little movie.
Sure.
I thought that Owen Wilson is one of my favorite actors of recent years. You know, he was in.
Have you seen this movie?
I don't see.
Woody Allen.
Well, you're allowed to see this one. There's no violence. There's nothing upsetting, and there's no loud.
I need translation always.
Now this is a great movie.
If you get it on DVD, you just
subtitle exactly.
Subtitle. Yeah. Some Clotilde does that in English.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you'll be all right.
You now know everything about wogs. I'm so pleased.
Oh yeah. I'm wogged up. I'm wog trained. I'm wogged up, man. Don't worry.
That's your punishment.
I can look after you.
That's your punishment. You always put me down. He's racist. You call me a wog.
Well, but he actually referred to you as an anti. No, it was me as an anti-Chev.
You're an anti-Chev, and he's an anti-Scrayer.
You're an anti-Scrayer. Footscray is going to be the next trendy neighborhood.
I can smell you guys. Seriously. From a block away. Yeah, I can just, it emanates off. Yeah.
We go back to Golders Green, North London.
I don't know London at all.
Well,
I've spent no time in London.
The Golders Green Special.
He's a Yorkshire Ripper.
Yeah.
Don't confuse him with London.
Please. No, you go first. No. It's right in front of me.
This piece.
Good?
I don't know.
But Paris, I envy you. So do you prefer sculpture or painting?
Oh. It depends on the flavourings, quite frankly. If it's got dusted with a nice peppermint icing, I could lick a sculpture all day. But paintings just taste like paint and and canvas and wood. What's that about?
Well, I failed art with honours. How's that? My best subject was maths at school. in high school.
There's a lot of brain power at this table.
No, I make up.
But I did study a bit of art history.
And Ilya,
We're talking about art history.
Right, hedge fund manager.
yes, yeah.
And we're talking about specifically David Lynch in Montparnasse. You know that new... I'm not sure about the camera, really.
You want the camera off?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. For a little while. Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah, I think you've covered the inner city pretty well.
Yeah.
Have you gone walking around in the Yarra? There's along the banks of the Yarra, you can go in those sort of like Yarra Boulevard.
I've been along the Yarra North a bit,
That'd be nice.
but I haven't gone beyond Docklands or anything like that.
Oh yeah, I think there'd be much beyond Docklands.
But I'd like to do more. I mean, I did the Yarra at Towrag,
Oh yeah.
but it's a bit dirty around there. I like the Yarra as you go up and it becomes the creek.
Warrandyte that way.
Yeah, and when it widens out into that area near Abbotsford.
There's a thing called Heron Island, which is, I think, have you heard of that? It's a little artist colony or something on there.
Yeah.
You got to take a ferry to get out there.
I was told to go there by someone. It's on the
I've never been
weekend.
there myself. I've lived here all my life. I've never been. I just read about it in the 80s or something, and I've got to. Yeah, one day I'll go there. You know.
But just checking.
Am I in focus?
Because we reach certain size.
Yeah, you're in focus. It's not meant to be perfect, but I wouldn't want to be pointing at the sky.
No. Yeah. So there's a thing called Hide and Seek, which has got all the little kind of bars and a little bit more offbeat things, food attractions, walking attractions, different kinds of things. Like City Guides is one for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Different branches of things. If you look that up, they'll give you some ideas. My sister wrote some things. I wrote some of the ones in there too. But there's little reviews of bars and things like that. A bit of background.
Yeah. Hide and Seek.
It's called Hide and Seek. Yeah.
Is it a website?
No, it's they might have a website too, but it's little books.
Okay.
Yeah, little guidebook kind of things.
So I'm gonna have to.
Gives you something to plot out a few little highlights to plot your walks around.
Yeah, okay. When I have got a great pleasure out of walking and seeing things.
Discovering random stuff.
Because when you actually just wander someplace and you sort of turn a corner by accident, you discover something which is unique and quite beautiful. But most people wouldn't see because they don't look anywhere. They just want to go from one place to another, especially if you're from a city. But as a visitor, I'm more likely to find out.
You want your random encounters.
The randomness, I like that.
No, I completely appreciate what you're saying. I did that when I was in Budapest. I just went walking around. I was there for 2 weeks, and I was just wandering around and looking at stuff, having a goulash here and then down there, and yeah, it is good to do that. Soak the place in a bit.
Yeah, and Melbourne is a special sort of city. It's got a lot of old Victorian houses which are quite unique, different from anywhere else. Reminds you a bit of Spanish this and that sort of thing, a bit New Orleans, and it's it's unique, uniquely Australian style. And all these suburbs where I've been going, like Fitzroy and South Melbourne, and even St Kilda, it all seems to be of a similar age, going back to the 1850s, 60s.
Chicken salad?
Well, you know.
Thank you. I think Isaac's sharing that with me.
And of course they're not Dutch.
Well, that's the thing. So there's a lot of little districts in Melbourne, which is good. Like you got your Lygon Street district, and you get Sydney Road district, you get Fitzroy Street district.
Yeah, they've all got
their own little personalities.
Yeah, and then when I was coming down from Sydney Road yesterday, I came through this green part, the other side of the university.
Oh, the Royal Park.
The Royal Parade or
Yeah,
something.
Royal Parade,
I thought,
yeah.
okay. I just came across it by accident.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lot of parkland, a lot of joggers, a lot of people on bicycles.
Yeah.
And me, I was walking around with my movie camera doing night shots.
Oh, good.
You know, just to see what they looked like. They weren't very bright. You know, it gets, when I download this in the computer, it will have a fuzzy slight.
Yes.
You know, but I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, that is part, as you said, it's not meant to be perfect. Isaac, the chicken salad is here.
Memory the muscle.
Is that good? What was that? Chicken.
Nice.
I'll try tomato. I'm allowed my new diet. Hey, it's worked. I've lost 25 pounds.
What?
I got here.
What's the diet?
I was a fat bastard. Now I'm just a fat bastard.
What have you changed?
What?
What's changed?
More exercise and less food.
I lose weight very quickly. If I cut down on carbs.
Are you eating?
No, you go ahead.
Potatoes. That's yours?
Yeah, I'm coming now vegetarian.
Oh, you don't have a chicken?
Yeah, I'm becoming a full monk.
You've been going hang out with the towers too much.
See, one day, Isaac, when I show you this, I'll say this was you at the age of whatever, 30 years ago, and you'll appreciate that, you know, just before you went up and became famous. You know, when you became like an international celebrity.
Are we going to be around in 10 years' time, David?
Probably not. It'll probably be a nuclear war, but I mean, I don't want to be too pessimistic. I'm just a realist.
You want to live until 70, you said, yes?
70,
Yes.
13 years, yeah.
13 years.
Yeah, so I need to live, I want to die at 70 like my father did.
You follow traditions.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to have goals.
You know, but I want to die in action.
All right.
I don't want to die in a hospital. I don't want to die.
Overdose on Viagra or something.
No, I want to die. I don't want to die having sex. I want to die in action, in battle, in a war. Yeah, you know, I want to be out there in the Middle East with my camera filming when they get me, you know? Like that woman last week who got killed. Yeah.
Woman with the eye patch.
Yeah, the eye patch woman, you know? I want to go like that. I mean,
It's amazing.
So these are the
you know,
Was she shot while she was filming or something, was she?
Yeah, she got hit by
a bomb.
In Syria.
Syrian.
Yeah, that's a place to avoid at the moment. I mean, I'd only go to Syria if I wanted to die at the moment.
So you want to die on camera or you want to die off
I don't want to die on camera, but if somebody wants to film it, that's fine.
It's
But
okay.
I want to die
in action?
In action. I don't want to die like with a whimper.
Yes.
I want to die with a bang.
Exactly.
And I don't want to
Stopping a beach with a machine gun.
Well, you know, my father was in the beaches of D-Day. You know.
He didn't die though.
He was with the Canadian Army. You know.
He didn't die because he made it to 70.
No, but he saw some terrible things in the war. You know, his best friend got his head shot off right beside him and stuff like that. But he's managed to live till he was 70. But he had a gimpy leg for a long time. He limped.
He was injured in the war.
Yeah, when he got injured in training in England, so they fixed his leg. But later on, as he got older, he started to limp a lot, and he had to have a plastic hip. But he did get gimpy for a while, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what happened was.
How do you want to die still? Not in the war.
I don't know. I'd rather just wake up and it's happened. I don't want to be a slow loser again. Yeah, that beautiful big camera.
She sang one of the songs of Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, I get up early. All right, cool. I can find your email.
Summertime.
I'll find it through.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I thought it's a record. I said, no, it's not even. And then we walked around and trying to find where that voice coming from. I thought it's a record of somebody else. I found it built between boxes.
Okay, thanks. Come up to the mountain. Okay.
So was she making a phone?
People were spring something. Sang about 3 songs, walked away 3. Some other space in South Melbourne. Sunday was on Saturday.
So you're going to miss Isaac?
No, he's going to be back.
Too quickly?
I beg your pardon?
Too quickly?
I hope not, because he's going over to enjoy himself. You know, I imagine he will. He always comes back refreshed.
Does he do this quite often?
Look there.
No, I don't know.
The girl with the red.
Because I'm doing what he's done. I'm doing it now.
What you have in her hand?
Yeah,
I plug it off.
Well,
that's why I'm here.
But for him, it's a cultural thing too. You know, Israel is. I think Israel is more natural culture.
Well, it's his home country.
That's right, and I'm saying there's a cultural difference. It's
the Palestinians' country.
No, I don't think so.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's a Palestinian.
Give him a hug when you see it. Isaac, if he's a Palestinian, give him a hug and kiss him.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a beginning somehow.
It's a bit like a hug a hooky footy.
Maybe somebody will copy you.
That's why I came.
Do you actually think?
No, I don't think. I'm not a man.
One should never think.
I do.
Never think if you can avoid it.
Don't think, just do.
I wouldn't hug anyone.
Hug everybody.
Much safer.
You know for who?
I saw you hugging people.
When you hug me, you feel happy.
I saw you hugging people.
Me?
David, the first one you hug, you will feel happy.
If you want to be happy, make somebody else happy.
No, make yourself happy, that's all.
Yeah?
You hug anybody, you make yourself
make
happy.
yourself
That's it.
happy.
Yeah.
Capiche?
So I should hug a chav or a hoodie?
Anything, or
Yeah.
tree.
Hug yourself.
You can hug a tree. What's the fucking difference? You're hugging, you're feeling happy. Give a hug, give a hug. Give him a hug, please. Just give him a hug. Give him a hug.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's nice. Look at this. You know, that's all what humans should do. Not physics and bombardment and killing and putting 2 and 2 together. Let's see if it succeeds. So we kill about 2,000 Indian 400 years ago. You know, things like that. No, we're smart. You know, the Russians have developed the Kalashnikov. They made it automatic.
The cure of all things, to hug.
Yeah. It used to be automatic, now it's singular too. And then when I heard it
So now I have to become a tree hugger.
Giuseppe.
Yeah, you can hug a tree, yes.
Giuseppe.
It's Mother Nature.
Hug it out.
You're hugging Mother Nature when you hug a tree. When you take the soil and wash your face with the soil, you are part of Mother Nature. Try it.
Giuseppe.
And you know who's going to be happy? You.
Yeah?
Yeah, and nobody else should be happy, only you. Once you're happy, everybody else is happy. That's what it is.
Who runs
Wow, yes.
Action?
Thanks a lot. You can have it, darling. So much.
So what argument? No, the debate. Because
See, it's very easy, David.
Yeah.
Hugging and kissing and loving, it's exactly like you're eating and drinking. And like you're taking oxygen.
I was asking questions. He was
Do you know, I just quit smoking 4 weeks ago.
Bravo.
I quit smoking and I haven't had any nervous breakdowns or after effects.
Fabulous, fabulous.
You never know.
Over
Maybe
here.
it's coming.
Over here.
Maybe it's on the way. You never know.
I haven't, I've got away with it.
That's a good news.
I smoked for 17 years, 40 a day, minimum.
and you're still here. It's a miracle.
Oh, that's another miracle.
Well, I might be gone soon. You never know. With the smoking could
Gone
still
where?
kill
No,
me.
nobody go anywhere.
Well, the smoking could still kill me.
So you killed, but you're not going anywhere. You're innocent.
Yeah.
You're staying right here. You're not going nowhere. Why don't I? Tea or coffee? Yeah. What about?
Where's your camera?
Yes.
Hi.
What's your name?
Frederick.
Frederick. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've got this feeling of deja vu with him, like I've met him before.
Of course, he's a famous French actor. Yes.
I don't think we've met.
I don't know. It's just you get that with some people. You look like somebody I knew. That's it.
How are you?
This is Mr.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, can I have
Wendy and Fred.
tea?
Nice to meet you.
Breakfast tea?
We met.
Of course.
We met
I haven't
before.
had anything
Yeah, of course.
to eat.
Several
How
times.
are you?
How are you
Comment
doing?
ça va? Ça va?
Juice. I'm not drinking.
Too soon? Oh, yeah.
Well, I had soup for lunch. I have to lose weight for my health.
Yes.
I've lost 25 pounds in a
She
month.
was there. Not with us all.
Yep. So if I get another 20 pounds off, I'm getting back to being healthy. Yeah.
Good, ça va?
Ça va bien. Ça va bien. Very good.
Does the camera bother you?
The camera bother me?
Yeah.
Nothing bother me. Nothing. How can the camera bother me?
I don't know. Some people don't like my camera.
No.
I just did this to keep a record of Isaac's Last Supper before he comes back for his
Is
next
this going to be the last supper for Isaac? No.
Well, now you know what I mean. Before this trip.
Then what is it?
I don't know where he's getting.
Well, we're calling it the Last Supper because Isaac's going to come back as sort of
As a what?
I don't know, the second coming. We're going to get the second coming in the.
He's going to come back as an Isaac. As an Isaac.
I don't know, but you know, I hope it's for a few months. He needs to at least acclimatise.
How long he's going for?
I don't know. I
Nobody
figure
knows.
Nobody knows.
Even if you ask, he would not know.
Is it a month? Is it 2 months?
No, he's going for unknown time.
He wants to go to Cambodia.
Yeah.
Before he goes to see his mother.
Yes.
And his sisters.
The mother in the Cambodia.
No,
The mother's in Israel. But he's leaving Israel to the end of the thing. He wants to sort of go out there in the middle of like Cambodia and Vietnam and these places and sort of.
Good luck to him.
I don't know. Become a Buddhist, he said.
Yeah, he's a Buddhist anyway. So everybody else, but nobody recognizes his shadow. People does not recognize their own shadow. That's the whole thing. Do you recognize your own shadow?
No.
You see, that's why. If you recognize it, you see yourself as a Buddhist, as a Muslim, as a Jew, as a Christian. But when religion will die, human will begin to live.
But
But you gotta be all of them before the religion will die in your mind, so you can start living.
Do you mean like Woody Allen in that film where he has to try out
Like
every
anybody
religion?
else. Everyone is individual. Woody Allen, when he did it in his own time, that's individuality. When you do it, you gotta go straight to the top and coming down. Otherwise, you will never be able to do it. Religion bother everybody, and everybody bother religion. Simple.
Is there a meaning of life? No.
I don't think it's the meaning of life. It's a meaning of boredom. People haven't got anything else to do. Instead of loving one another, they hate one another. That's all. Why? Because they're inferior, they're scared, they're fearful, and they're trying to be superior.
Is it because we all speak different languages?
Possibly.
But language has a certain interest and beauty because each language is a culture.
Every language is beautiful.
Yeah, and every culture is beautiful.
That's right.
And that's what makes the human race so fascinating, all the languages and cultures.
I don't know if they're so fascinating to me at all, because as long they discriminate in racials and rich and poor, and that's bad. That's very bad. I cannot stand it.
Yeah.
We should be all equal. And we don't have to fight for that. If your neighbor is hungry, your trouble is yours. So help them out.
What is it about the human race that makes them gives them the suicide thing? Because that's human nature.
Fear. Fear causes everything. Fear creates complexes, create differential from one another. Fear creates superior, and therefore they're trying to put you down. So they call it civilized society. Civilized society in the last 2,000 years did not help, or the last 200 years did not help the world. Make more war, made more massacre, made more hatred, made more of any of those shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Society without civilization, they ate, they drank, they fucked, they enjoy, and they go to sleep. And told jokes. But the minute they become wealthy, they build a little fence, then higher fence, and then wire, then electrical wires, and then machine gun, and then cannon and missiles. The more richer they got. But when they stay in a tent, no one comes to kill them because there's nothing to pinch. Thank you. Nothing to pinch, and they don't need more what they have. It's tomorrow morning, they wake up, oxygen is there.
Yeah.
That miracle of nature. Thank you. What? What?
I ordered a tea too.
You know what I mean?
Just leave it here, I'll pick it up.
What? Yeah, the miracle. Where's your cup?
Ah! Good luck. Thanks for being on my
oh, it's a pleasure.
Non-YouTube documentary and for cleaning my lens for me.
My saliva's got very fine qualities for lens cleaning. No, she's catching a plane tomorrow. So.
Okay. Good luck in your travels.
Yes.
So does it begin with, you think, with class difference?
Yes.
People?
Oh, yeah.
Does it start with that?
Yeah.
So the minute, so really, if we had a world in which we didn't have politicians and we just had individuals, it would be a better world.
I think so.
So political power is a bad thing.
Of course.
So
religion, politics, it's bad for the individual.
Yeah.
Yes. And all it's about controlling somebody.
Yeah.
Try to control you.
So the best thing is really, as long as we don't hurt one another, to have no control.
That's right. Just love them, hug them. When you see them, just give them a hug.
Yep, no, you're right.
No fear, tell darling, I feel like a hug.
I'm not a very loving person.
Whether you know her or you don't, doesn't matter.
I'm not a very loving person, but I'll give a handshake if I have to.
You get a handshake, have a love, just make love to people. Men, old women, young, play with children. They're so beautiful.
Children?
Yes.
I've never had children, I don't know.
No, play with them, even if you see them around.
Yeah.
Try to talk to them, they make so much sense to me, more than adults. Adults got fear, got hate, get envy. Adults. Children don't.
Adults are more childish.
Adults are pathetic. The more they grow, the more we grow, we become pathetic.
That's
What's
down
tamarine?
to...
Is that tamarine? Yeah, tamarine.
That's down to clubability.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody joins a club, they become an enemy of somebody else. What do you think?
That's right. Member of this club hating the other club.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have my tea, and I'll turn my camera.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just stare at Isaac. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
So where are you from originally?
From planet Earth.
I'm not from Sweden.
You are. I'm the same team. Don't you recognize me? I'm a member of this rotten race.
The human race.
Rotten race. Human race.
The human race is beautiful. Wonderful.
Yeah, but all together. All together, and what I learned in my age, in my life. Humans are rotten. Look at the animals. Look at the animals. Are so beautiful.
The most only relying on things they are saying when we have 10 years ahead, we don't need to worry. But I do think
kill and we won't eat.
Deep down.
in Europe within 20, 30
They will survive more than that. If there would be a war, we start counting again. If there would be a war of that kind, with the smartest civilization that develops a weapon of mass destruction, we gotta start counting again the calendar.
Is goed dat de mensen op de wat dan kan als je maar heel veel zo zeggen voelt dat we die blok zo zeggen. Is te klaar. Is te klaar. Maar ik kan met jullie, ik ben gewoon
I really don't think one. I don't think so. Because people should have all atomic bomb in every bedroom in the world. You know why? They will penetrate, eliminate war, because everybody will be in fear. Once somebody have, the other one have, the other one who doesn't have live in fear 10 times more.
That's how we've been not having big wars. What if
for a country like Germany, inherently innovation,
Iran, they will try to eliminate everyone should understand the phenomena of the Middle East.
Yeah, but that's not how you
at least 1 billion
well, it's cheap
wiped off completely. And the rest around Europe and all that will be for years poisonous. So therefore, atom eliminated. It's so parasite. That's all what they keep on saying. But they're all mad. There is a mad to extent. I don't think we'll be that kind of a war. Because nobody will know what weapon it is. What day you take off? What day you take off?
Thursday.
Thursday.
In 2 days.
In 2 days time. Day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
Where you landing first?
Bangkok first.
And?
I don't have a clue. I'm like you now.
Good. Good. I like your answer. I love it.
Good.
I don't know. What should you know? You're not a calendar?
No.
You're just a human being. You're breathing the same oxygen.
I was a calendar.
Yeah, I know you are.
I was.
Until now you are.
I am a calendar.
You know? Till now you are.
I know.
Until you leave, you become non-calendar.
I know.
Don't even count the hour.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to leave the watch here in Melbourne.
Yeah, live life of every moment. This is a reality. 2 and 2 is not always 4.
It's usually 5.
Not always 5 or 4.
even lawyers.
שמעתי זיג זיגלר, שמעת? מדבר על מוטיביישן. זה אומר ששמע סיפור שהוא נסע לפיג'י בטוריס ריזורט. היה טוריס ריזורט משהו. ויום אחד הוא היה שם איזה שבועיים. ויום אחד בבוקר והלך על החוף. שעה, שעתיים.
Yeah, I'm
לי השאיר את השעון.
I'm not because we have...
Apparently he went away a couple of years ago. He went for a trip a couple of years ago.
הוא נוסע לחודשיים, הוא אמר.
He said he doesn't know about it.
There are areas where we are struggling, to get
See, Shah didn't come, huh?
areas where we already well, I would say we don't do mathematics.
The food is not kosher. Why you want them to?
But we do forecasting.
The food here is not kosher.
Number of variables that we will include in the model. So it's mainly
It's not kosher.
I mean,
Because that to be touched by
what we look at is the
somebody
assumption.
special.
Those guys
A messenger of God.
to support the analysis
Because
of
it
the
cooks
trend.
in a plate.
And most of the time it's a mix of
He said to me, have to get divorced,
economic consideration.
but
And a bit of
Baruch Chabad,
also we are
Sereto.
obviously we have
I told him you live in Australia. Why
finance
you need
background.
Chabad?
My background, yeah,
You
finance,
understand
and I did finance during, but more project finance. So it's more
This is
how
Mr.
to
V.
develop a business case about
Mr. V.
I'm not an accountant.
Hello. This is Mr. Joseph. This is Mr. David.
Hi. Long time no see. Back in the 80s since we last saw each other.
80s? Wow, so long.
Yeah.
That's a long time. It's another 30 years.
Yep. 83, I think. 1983, 84. Because we all lived in the same house in Golders Green. That was my first home in England.
So you grew up in England?
No, I grew up in Canada.
Canada, how long?
I left university.
Okay.
England.
Okay.
I got a job with stayed there until I was about 32.
Yeah, so I think in a company like EY, I would say maybe the actor.
Yeah, we teach actually.
Certainly the one we use the most in mathematics, I think.
Yeah,
we all fundamental.
Does he look 57?
The most
44,
57.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him 156.
There you go. Same as Isaac.
He's joking.
Yeah, you look 56.
Yeah. Same as Isaac. Isaac's a year younger.
42, 43.
Well, I've got 13 years left. I want to make the most of it.
You know why? He only live in colder place.
Colder place.
Colder place.
Make you look like
I've never been married.
Yeah,
Never been married.
That's it. Now you're telling us why you look so good, so young, so healthy. Now we know.
Never grow.
Now we know.
My mother made my mother very happy for me not to be married.
Because no one took her son away from her. Yes. I'm not kidding with you. Mother doesn't give up her children so easily. So no one grabbed you, took you, and destroy your life. No.
Why? Really, statistically, men, they die before women.
Just give it to me.
Yeah.
Why? Why men die first? Because
But years ago.
he's married to a woman.
Marseille, but the place where the rest is.
Is your mom or the before the girls?
Could be. They say if you're single, you die younger. So I don't know. Everyone's different.
This is a torture. What a torture.
Torture? Look. Isaac. It's for personal record.
He's a star.
He is a star. No, I like this guy.
He's a born star.
That's
He's a star.
that we call the
Well, he's not even.
You're not a star. Yes, Joseph is a star.
I don't know you.
I'm a Burns Out star.
You're the mysterious man. You're the man. Are you a
How
master?
sensitive is that? Must be okay in low light.
You can hear every word.
I know
The sound is very good.
What
in
about
this.
the camera?
The camera's a bit blurry because it's evening, but the sound will be excellent. But you're the maths guy, aren't you?
No, I'm not a maths guy.
Oh, no, there's another maths guy. Ah, he's over here. I was okay at maths, but eventually I specialized in history. I took Islamic history at university, and art and all that crap. But I switched to mainly like American Canadian history courses.
Okay, that's not.
So I was an expert on Iran and all that sort of stuff. And then it all came true. Ha! Just yeah, I was an expert in Iran in 1976.
Really?
The White Revolution, I could go through the whole crap. I can see it all coming. The Ayatollah, all that rubbish.
That's when the Ayatollah came in
Amazing,
1976.
amazing.
The Shah was kicked out.
The Shah, he was 79. Yeah, but the Shah, in Iran, for hundreds of years, you had this conflict between the mullahs and the monarchy. So you'd have the Safavids would be very strong, the Qajars weaker, and then you had these new guys, the military guy, Muhammad, and the other one, the one who went to South Africa. You know, the Iranians have never forgotten 53 and BP and all that crap. They've got a complex. But the White Revolution, the reform of agriculture by the Shahs, I haven't studied this for years, for 30 odd years. The reform of agriculture by the White Revolution by the Shah upset the mullahs and they got their revenge.
But I want to ask you another question.
Yeah.
The last,
Mullah Rice, yeah?
The last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Did Iran invade any country or fight in any country?
He sounds like Ron Paul now.
Yeah. עם is חומרים כפיל. עם is double.
Iran did help. They did help the Germans in the First World War.
Yeah.
Or the Germans helped them. Dunstuff. What was it? Wasmus.
What I want to say is Iran.
That's what he's telling you. The question is Iran ever invaded any culture, any land?
Yes. It was in Haaretz.
Yeah, that's why.
Yesterday, somebody wrote the article. Then in the comments, somebody answering, yes, learn history. Iran massacre. Of course, what do you call them? Who did Iran massacre? Which religion?
It's been a while.
Yeah, but they didn't conquer Zoroastrian. Yes, they did. The Assyrians did that.
I ask
Not
you a
Iran.
question. Do they conquer any country?
No.
Conquered any land?
Not
No.
They've been losers since they went Muslim.
What is Iran? What is Iran?
When they were Zoroastrian, they were more successful.
But you get Saudi Arabia and the Arabs. Where was it? You remember, where was it? In 600 maybe, 1,000 years ago, the Saudi came to Iran.
625.
Yes, and they kill all the non-Muslims, and they say you are now Muslim.
They never touched the Jews. No, Salah ad-Din was in the 9th
before
century. 9th century.
Did they conquer any country? I want to know.
Yes, they did.
Did they fight? Oh, which country? I want to see.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They never conquered any land at all.
They didn't conquer nobody.
Not the Zoroastrian, not the Baha'is, not the Assyrian, not the Farsi.
But the kill also Zoroaster.
That's beside the point. That's beside the point.
Giuseppe, look the English.
Until now they do it to the
Look the English, how many countries they conquered
that doesn't
in
matter.
the last 1,000
No, we don't
years.
talk about England.
After the Second World
No,
War.
we talk about the Turks, what they did to the Armenians.
After
We forgot the French, what they did to
and the English to the Aborigines.
Yeah.
But you see,
Aborigine only. What about the Indian in America?
what about after the Second World War, the England, America and Australia, they fight in Vietnam, they fight in Korea,
They fight everywhere.
they fight now in Afghanistan, they fight in Iraq. Why? What do you want from them?
No, they want to keep them busy.
And David,
It's conspiracy to keep them busy so they
but
don't open
David,
them out.
Iran bad,
Yeah.
so we fight in Korea.
Look, obviously the Western civilization keeping all of us busy. The Israeli, the Iranian, the Arab world, everybody is busy because the conspiracy of American
Why they
conspiracy
fight in
to make everybody busy.
Giuseppe, why they fight in Vietnam? Why they fight in Korea? After the
It's
Second
control,
World War,
only about control.
Afghanistan, Iraq,
Yes.
Allah, bring countries. America, they invade this island in the Caribbean.
The 80s, yeah.
And they invade the Iranians. The Iranians,
It's all about money, oil, and control. There's nothing else.
Is that on
the
us?
Iranians, they bad, you know,
Him or me?
very bad.
Shall we put it more on him?
Now,
Well, I mean,
you see, the Iranians, Giuseppe,
You look good on camera.
I'm natural.
He looks good on camera too, but
I'm
he doesn't
natural
want to be.
member of this human rotten race.
Giuseppe,
Rotten race. You know, when humans disappear from planet Earth, animals will begin to live and take over.
Probably, yeah.
Giuseppe, you know what
But
I read?
animals can't do paintings.
Can do
Make movies.
Iran,
They don't need to do painting.
Giuseppe, Iran, they neighbors with Iraq. They saw what America did to Iraq, so they got scared. They say, if we don't defend ourselves, they do it to us too. Let's build an atom bomb. Let's build atom bomb or something, otherwise we're gone. You blame them? I don't blame
I
them.
don't blame them, no. No.
You know?
It's all come from
Look
fear.
at Korea.
You scare your neighbor, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you scare your neighbor, remember, you're in trouble, not him. Because you got nothing to lose. That's it. That's a policy, I'll never change it. If your neighbor are
Look at
hungry, you're in
Giuseppe,
trouble.
Korea, the North Korea, they got atom bomb. The Americans, they scared to start. But they put millions of soldiers and everything in Korea. America, they got all the army in Korea, in Taiwan. In Taiwan. What do you want? What, China got army near America?
Exactly.
It was last year.
No, they got army in Alaska.
Ah, yeah.
They got army in, what do you call, Canada, on the border of Canada and United States. Ah, fuck America.
Yeah.
It's all power, power, power.
So, do you think it's a massive Anglo-American conspiracy to conquer the world?
It's not Anglo-American, Anglo-Saxon.
Anglo-American Jews.
Anglo-Saxon.
So we're the bad guys. My
You're the
people.
first. You're the first.
The Anglo-Saxons, since the steam machine, they brought to the world horror like many other countries before and after. They brought a lot of horror since the steam machine. Which is 400 years ago in the 16th century. They conquered everywhere and they massacre and massacre and massacre constantly. That's all what they did. Not only the Aborigine, not only the Indian in Canada, in the United States, wherever the English gone, they done only massacre. And they call That's a black trash.
So she's in a bit of pain after the
Trash.
surgery.
Love him. How about try to love this native of the land?
Giuseppe, then conquer even China.
Of course they did.
Opium Wars.
Opium, the Opium War.
The drug dealer Queen Victoria.
America's doing the same thing now.
Oh, in
They go to
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. It's all about opium.
Of course.
What the fuck they doing there? The Russian was there 11 years, lost about hundreds of thousands of people. They got out.
Yeah.
And the American get in. Why? Because of the opium. Nothing else.
Yeah, and they've got the, what do you call them, Taliban playing both sides.
Yeah. And then they want to make some little trouble. Take the Quran and burn it. Who burn it doesn't matter. Whether the Muslim burn it, whether the American burn it, doesn't matter. It's conspiracy. It's to take our mind to the Quran on fire. For how long? 2 days? 20 days? 2 weeks? What's the difference? But our mind is away from something else. Because humans are like a lamb, idiots. They follow. In England, in 1880, there was a guy called Bernard Shaw. You heard of him? Of course you did. So you know about it. In one of the meetings, he said, public are idiots. They said, what do you mean? 1880. He said, come with me and I'll show you. He took them to Piccadilly Circus. And he stood at 4 o'clock on a little pedestal like this. And he screamed, idiot! Everybody turned around. It's in his book, read it in his book. And it's a true fact. You don't need more or less than that. True fact. So, what do you want? To do a conspiracy? It's very simple. You know, one of my brother in his classroom did a conspiracy, you know where? In Baghdad. My mother almost wanted to kill him. He was about 14 in a high school. So all his class decided to get out and run in the capital city of Baghdad and scream, the city on the north part is drowning, I mean flooding with water, and it happened before in nature. So they took all their clothes and running over the bridge of the river of Babylon. And they screamed that northern Baghdad is flooding. You know how many thousands of people was running after them? Thousands of people, man. Then my brother in his classroom, as 14 years old of age, they turn around and watching those people. So they stop. The children stop, but those people keep on going on the bridge and running because the other side is going to be flat. So when he come home and he told my mom wanted to kill him. I remember I was about 9, standing up and watching her. How dare those people, they find you that you did this, that, and that, and they find out they could have killed you, they could have done that, and the other. But you know why? Because in the class they learn about Bernard Shaw, about his idiots. So they wanted to try, completely trying exactly what that means to do to public. And I swear it worked. It worked. Try here if you got a boy with 2, 3 other children in the middle of Burke Street, run and shout something, somebody in the back with a gun.
Remember Orson Welles, the War of the Worlds broadcast,
yeah, exactly.
1938.
Yeah, exactly the same.
People who didn't change the channel got confused.
Yeah.
They thought it was an invasion of Martians.
They thought it was an invasion of Martians.
Change the channel, you know.
So people really can be brainwashed so easily, it's just beyond belief. That's why there is special offices, secret offices in every country. They got special people how to massacre or conspiracy your mind to whatever they want while you are thinking about this, that, and the other. Tomorrow they can get our mind away from Iran completely. Iran will be heaven.
Giuseppe, what Bibi doing with Iran is to take the mind of the Palestinian problem.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You ask them about Palestinians, I'll answer about Iran.
And exactly what happened while they sent 100 missiles to Palestinians on all the southern part of Israel to make a conspiracy so they will fight us, then we throw, and then we kill about 15 So we start massacres of talking, and then Iran will be forgotten because Iran is in the center of politics, and everybody's fear out of it. So how to take the mind out of the people? Kill someone else. The game is all about we start new game.
It's 100% right.
And you can do it to the people just like that. Like that. How many people you find out offended if there is a demonstration, a really wild demonstration, standing on the side of the wall and watching it? One out of 1,000. But the rest join in. That would be one of the
This is the advance.
I always walk away from any demonstration to the other side of the street.
I've never been to a demonstration. I always run away. I don't like demonstrators.
I run away right away the minute I ask what's going on, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, the focus is academic.
You know what's the problem with the cigarette? This table is smoking.
Oh.
Yeah, well, but, I don't want to upset anybody.
I do it for you, but I'm not allowed to.
No. I don't want to upset anybody.
Yeah. Look at Isaac.
But sometimes
Yes. However, he plays a lot of music.
He doesn't like me smoking. He doesn't like me smoking.
You're right. It's not right.
But what's the percentage? How much you love me and how much you compared to smoke?
I think it actually improves his chest.
How long have you smoked? A long time?
No, I'm not a heavy smoker either. Today, for instance, I smoked first cigarette.
Okay.
I've been here since about 5:45. I left home. It's already an hour, 4.5 hours. Only because you talked about I stopped smoking and this and that.
Well, I'm sort of proud of that because I didn't think I'd be able to without getting grumpy, and I just haven't got grumpy. I'm in a good mood, but I'm not working, am I? I mean, I'm
actually,
time off work.
it didn't destroy my mood or inspire me to have a cigarette or anything. I just admire you that you're telling, after so many years, you stopped smoking, and you feel all right about it.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Actually,
now I'm addicted to my camera.
Yeah, your sentence inspired me not to say anything, just become stronger. And then we talked about it again, and I saw those people lighting a cigarette, smoke, and that changed my mind again. You don't want to tell me. How much?
A number.
I asked her how much she hate me smoking and how much she loved me as
Number.
Well, people don't want you smoking.
Okay, how many people they kill in the
how much she loved me
American
besides smoking.
when I look at the engineering.
I mean, forget the smoking subject, but the loving.
Wow.
Are you going to tell me or not? No?
ג'וזפה, מה שהוא אומר יצחקי, שהאיראנים הרגו איזה דתות אחרות אצלהם, כמה, כמו שאמרת, האמריקאים הרגו אחד את השני בסיביל וור. זה בסדר. האיראנים...
I want to tell you something, Isaac. We got a problem with civil war in Syria. In 11 months, 8,600 people get killed.
Yes.
The civil war, 1861, 62, with Lincoln, the civil war between the Southern and the Northern. In 6.5 days, you know how many Americans been killed? 22,000. You know, when I heard it, I couldn't believe 11 months in Syria with a massacre they're going, only 8,600.
But you can't compare this.
No, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying how we love to
David, how, because this is a war between the South and the North.
Yeah.
What's
And
South and North?
There's a war.
It's the
It's a war.
Same thing. The government, you want to call them South, the government? Call them that. You want to call the people the North? You're welcome. It's a war.
But there are two armies fighting. It's a war.
But it's still the same.
It's also there to army fighting.
You've got no armies, a rebel.
The rebel.
What about in
worse than
Russia?
the
In Russia, the
I agree.
Bolsheviks.
I agree with
The rebel are worse than the army.
I agree.
In Russia, the
And they kill only
Bolsheviks.
7,600 in 11 months. On Friday there's a show called God in America. on Friday night. So I watched the first one about the Civil War with Lincoln and all that, and so on and so forth. And that was statistically, I was shocked actually. I didn't know the number, you know.
Giuseppe, what about in Russia with the communists, the Bolsheviks with Stalin?
Yeah, 1917, of course.
They made the czars look like harmless.
You know how many million Stalin killed from his own fear? 26 million Russians. Because of his fear, he couldn't sleep at night. Mass murder Lenin? Of course. You know, capitalism started in Moscow, you know when? The moment Lenin walked into the underground in the Tsar where the wine is. Because you know what Lenin did? Didn't ask the Russian people to queue to give them the wine. He drank the wine. And his wife wore the fur, mink fur, from the Tsar female. So capitalism started in Moscow the minute the revolution finished in 1917. That's as far as I'm concerned. And I talked to some Russian people and I told them, they said, you're damn right. No Russian stood with Lenin in the queue to have a bottle of wine from the Tsar cellar. Now that the fur of his the wife wore. So we're talking only about the Arabs and the Palestinians and this animal.
They kill one each other. They kill one each other, the Arabs. Yeah, the animals.
And the American dog.
You can't, no.
The American dog.
And the Russian note, and the American, and the French note.
No, the French, no.
If you call the Iranian Arabs, they will kill you.
Doesn't matter, Arabs.
They are not Arabs.
You can't call them
But they are
Arabs.
not Arabs.
They hate the Arabs.
They are not Arabs.
They hate the Arabs.
They are Syrian.
Yes, and they hate the Arabs.
But they are not from Arabia.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm an Arab. I am an Arab. I was born in Arabia.
But Iran feels superior to the Arab. It's a
Superior,
weird,
they are superior.
Yes. Why?
I tell you what. Zarathustran, it's about 3,500 years old. The Assyrian, it's about 4,000 to 5,000 years old. Hang on a minute. All of them, they are far more sophisticated in knowledge and everything 5,000 years ago from all this new nationality, new orthodoxy and religion and all this nonsense. That's why they feel elite. And the Iranian are elite than the
Also, you
than
know
the rest
why,
of them.
Giuseppe? Because they never attack any country and didn't conquer.
They never conquered any square yard.
The others, the barbarians, they attack countries, they kill people, they take slaves, and all this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can ask us.
She's having a long some projection.
I need to go.
You know, send the conversation to Khomeini.
No.
And I hope he gave us a free ticket to Iran.
He will.
Yeah. You want a free ticket?
Pro-Iranian.
You mean to that guy with the beard?
It's okay if I don't see you.
Or Ahmadinejad or whatever his name is.
One-way ticket.
The guy with the short beard. When I get kidnapped, I'll be flying back through Doha, they'll probably attack the airport and then have me up there, you know, being executed.
You need to save up for a new ticket.
One less English.
Well, my flight's booked back to Manchester via Doha. Because I flew on, what's that airline? The Arab airline?
Emirates.
No, the other one. Qatar. I flew on. It's supposed to be crap. It's a shit airline.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the best in the world. It's rubbish.
Yeah, bullshit.
So when you get to Israel?
Yeah, for the king. And so I flew on that. But I'm going to change my flight because I want to go. I don't want to stop in the. I want to stop.
When are you leaving?
January, but I could change it. I'm here till
Another
January.
6 months.
Or longer, yeah.
Longer.
Officially, it's when Lillian says leave.
If I enjoy coming,
When she says you can go now, then I'll change my thing. I just made it a year because my visa's for a year.
The king.
I heard about it.
If you want to say something bad about the king, I get thrown.
British
Canadian.
No, British.
If you tax the
So you don't
currency,
need that.
you file the currency.
Or visa or sending visa.
No, we have to have a visa.
You have to have a visa, I know.
Yeah, it's a long. It's a re-entry visa.
Re-entry
So
visa.
say hi to the.
So I can go back and come back for a year.
It's like I got a visa to the United States, go and in and out, in and out for 4 years.
But I can't work here.
No, really?
No, I'm here.
If you ask for a permit, you can't.
Well,
If you ask for a permit from the immigration department, you're entitled to pick up a permit.
no, but I'm
Your New Zealander will be the same. But you gotta ask. They gotta give you a working visa on your passport.
okay.
You understand what I mean? New Zealander is the same, Canadian is the same, American is the same, English is the same, Australia is the Commonwealth, and you're part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I know, but I thought that was only for people under 30.
No, mommy.
That's another thing.
See, I'm 57. They don't want people.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I mean, I could try and dye my grey hairs here, but I doubt I'd get away with
No,
it.
you can't get away.
Get a skin job. Get rid of my lines. But yeah, so I'm proud of my lines.
You're a young boy.
My
You're a
lines.
young boy.
Proud of my grey hair.
I've always got a grey hair. So I didn't grey hair earlier than you.
My mother went grey when I was born.
See what I mean?
She went like that.
Like that, yeah?
No, I remember when it was black.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a little boy, she still had black hair and then it was grey.
Exactly. So last year there was someone from Australia here in Australia.
My mother's my hero.
Oh, of course. Every mother is a hero. Motherland. Mother Nature. All mothers.
My father was a good
Mother.
guy. My father was a good guy. When he was
It depends on what you want to make her. She want to stab you, she'll stab you. She want to make you a good guy, she'll make you a good guy. It's all up to her.
Well, my mother just basically left me alone.
Good mother.
Yeah.
She appreciated individuality. She recognized individuality. She didn't want to even try to correct you that she thought. No, let him learn from his own mistakes.
Yeah, because that's what everybody does.
That's the best to learn from your own mistakes. So there's another one. It's called the right and the
There's a lot of challenges.
I don't think the challenge.
I'm trying to.
I'll get a close up.
Go and take a photo of him. Go and take a photo of him while he smokes.
We've always gone to our desk.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can you put your cigarette up? You're taking a photo of him. While you smoke, don't put it up. Put it up. Yeah, up. Up. Yeah, hallelujah. Yeah. Everybody laughs. You see? That's what you got to do in life. Just make people laugh. They don't know why they're laughing. They're laughing.
I know more about religion the more they realize that they've got a problem here. Because for me, a governor,
They've got a real problem.
yeah, a governor,
Because look at my wife.
8 years ago, the whole concept of the today, you know, I mean, what's the...
They couldn't understand the such
Yeah, no, but
See, you're going to make everybody laugh.
I know.
That's all our duty.
Something that's
Not to be serious.
exactly.
I'm an amateur comedian.
So this
I
is the kind of
sometimes
thing
sound
that
serious,
past,
but I'm not.
which is kind of...
I'll tell you what, like this is like this. Am I serious?
I can sense you. I can sense you.
I have my political principles. I believe in the individual.
I believe in individuals.
I'm a Republican.
Music. أنا أقول لك أستاذ.
Right, everybody.
Say hi.
You're off.
Nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm sorry you're on film, but
Oh,
this won't
that's
go
all
on
right.
the internet.
Don't worry.
I'll see you when Isaac gets back. You have a welcoming party.
Okay, bye. everyone.
The first supper.
I enjoyed your history lesson.
Thank you for the compliment.
From 5 to 5 years.
We have to learn a lot from the bird. Anyone who climbs off. Who's that?
עכשיו שהוא מדליק מולורה במדבר ועושה לו כוס קפה ומיטה והאיינשטיין ויותר טוב
Exactly. You know what he said? The Bedouin in the desert putting a fire in the desert and make a cup for you and smile to you is far more sophisticated than Edward Einstein, who created the physics and the bomb and the atomic discovery and all that. Because of him, how many million people just did? And they call him a genius. Genius my ass.
But wait a minute, the Bedouin don't exist anymore. They're a myth now.
No, they're not myth. No,
they still exist.
Yes. Oh, yes.
The Bedouin?
He said the Bedouin now they are a myth. It means they don't exist anymore.
They've all become...
Oh, they are. They tried to destroy
The Arabs have tried to destroy them.
Arab, the English, the Israelis. Every civilization tried, but they can never destroy them. No way. I experienced 1 year of my life working in an American company for drilling oil in an area with a lot of Bedouin in the state of Israel. And I had some friend. I went to eat, to visit, and talk to them, and so on about whether it's politics, whether right, whether wrong. And I don't think they would be ever diminished from the earth, even though there's so many governments, so many racial discrimination against them, and I don't think they will be able to, because they simply exist and live like Aborigines, as simple as that. They love the land, they appreciate the land, they never destroy the land.
They live like the North American Indians used to.
Absolutely.
Same way.
Absolutely.
Nomads.
But in a different, what you call, different culture.
Yeah.
The fire being made by hand. The coffee is a bit different. The dress, the way they dress is different. But they live, I'll say, similar. I would not say.
Oh yeah.
Different, similar.
It's a similar thing.
Yes.
So in your ideal world, would you be like the Bedouin in the tent in the desert? But the problem is, politicians want to control, so they don't like the Bedouin. They want to control just for the sake of it.
They occupy too much land because they move the animal from season to season where the grass is green.
Yeah.
And it's important to them. And they don't ask no question, no that. In civil society try to control and put law and order.
Yeah.
And that's why. Right?
They free people. They don't like to be controlled.
Yeah.
They go wherever they want.
That's why they ignore the law of the new politics, of the new resistance. So they resist to it, and they don't do it anyway, whether you like it or not, whether the law stop them or not. They are Bedouin, you know.
If he wants to move, he takes his
animal, his family, and all his crowd, and they go north, south, whatever.
If you want to move, you have to sell your house. You have to sell
yeah.
You have to sell the car.
Absolutely, they call it civilized. They call it civilized. Yes.
So they're like a role model for us.
Yeah.
So we should be like them.
We should be like
them. They're no good for the big companies.
No.
They're no use to them.
Yeah.
They don't buy televisions, they don't buy milk from the supermarket.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
So they can't make money from them.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
They don't buy cars. What they use to the society?
Nothing. They don't contribute nothing.
And they grow their own food, which is terrible. These governments don't like.
No, exactly.
And they don't like the, how they call it, the
grown up their own
the seeds that they.
What the seeds they use?
No, the seed now that they.
Chemical.
Yeah.
Bedouin haven't got no chemical.
No.
You mean genetically modified crap?
They don't like it. They don't like
Bill
it.
Gates.
Giuseppe, they don't like it.
Yeah.
They can't stand it. It's a different taste. It's not natural.
So, who needs them?
You know, the animal eat more natural things than human beings. If a grass grows, they don't go and put some chemical to make it grow further. So animals really live natural than us. You know what I mean?
We live totally
yeah, we don't live natural, unnatural.
Why you think now in India and Asia and all these countries, this prosperity?
Why is there prosperity in those countries?
Yes.
Because all of the jobs from the West are moving to those countries.
Why?
That's one.
Because it's cheaper.
No. It is cheaper.
And because we signed GATT, which was a mistake.
Why? I explain to you why.
Yeah, okay.
Take a country like India or Vietnam or China or any of these third world countries before that they call it. Yeah? How many in a family, average family, how many cars they have?
None.
How many televisions?
None.
Microwaves, cameras.
Yeah.
Okay. How many they had in America and in Australia? A family, average family, how many cars?
At least 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Television?
1 or 2.
At least 1. So the market,
television 2 or 3.
So the market here, so the market here, the market here, it's finished.
Yeah.
Or it's slowed down.
Yeah, they're having
there is the market is how they call it, liss off.